So now we are going to discuss about the Pappus-Guldinus theorem 1 and Pappus-Guldinus theorem 2. So these are termed, this is two persons. This person is a Greek scientist, and his person belongs to mathematics. So Swiss is from Swiss mathematics. Yeah. Okay, so these two persons derived on theorem for calculating the surface area and for calculating the volume. So this theorem 1 is for surface area, this theorem 1 is for surface area, and the theorem 2 is for volume. So here we can say that the surface area, the area of the surface of revolution is equal to the surface area is equal to the product of, so here we can say the product of the length of the generating circuit, take it as length, so we can say this as length of the circuit and the distance travelled by the centroid of the curve. So here also curve C or V. So length of the generating curve and the distance travelled by the centroid of the curve while required surface is being passed. So distance travelled. Okay, so the surface area is equal to length into distance travelled. So let me explain with an example. So here I can take this as the axis. This is the axis. I am taking a line. This curve is line. So the line, length of the line is taken as L. So PQ, line PQ. So the distance from the centroid to the centroid point, the distance from the axis is, this is axis of revolution. The distance from the axis to the centroid point is taken as, the distance from the axis is taken as R. Okay, so now it is revolving around this axis XX. This is the revolving axis. So now I can say that the length, so length of the curve is taken as L and distance travelled is taken as, so if this line, this centroidal point, this is completing one revolution, means the total distance travelled will be 2 pi. So the distance travelled will be 2 pi into this distance R. Okay, so now for surface area equal to length L into what is the distance travelled, 2 pi R to 2 pi R L. So is the formula for the surface area of the hollow cylinder. Okay, now I can say with an example. So you just take this as the line. So this is the line PQ. This is taken as the centroidal point. I can make the axis here. The axis will be here. So the distance is taken as R. So if this is completing one revolution, this surface area will be produced. That is equal to this length into the distance travelled by this centroidal point. So is equal to 2 pi into this distance R. So finally we got the surface area is equal to L into 2 pi R is equal to 2 pi RL. So we can move to the next one, Pappus-Guldinus theorem 2. So this is purely for the volume. The volume of the solid. So volume means ultimately it is solid, is of revolution if the solid body is produced by means of revolution. Is equal to the product of area of the generating plane. So volume is equal to, is a product, so we can have the multiplication here, area of the generating plane and the distance travelled. So area, there it was length, here it is area of the plane and the distance traveled. There a curve can produce the plane, but the plane only can produces the solid. So the distance traveled by the center of gravity. Here we are going for the volume. So center of gravity, there it is centroid. Center of gravity of the plane which a solid is generated. So the distance traveled. So this also I can explain with a diagram. So you just take a plane, rectangular plane. So this is taken as axis. This is taken as axis of revolution. So here the centroid point will be here, or center of gravity will be there. So I can take the total, I am taking the total as r. This is taken as r by 2. So r by 2 will going to revolve. So this distance r by 2. So it is revolving. So it will produces, what will be produces? A cylinder. A cylinder will be produced. Okay. So I can say that this is the path traced by the centroid point. This centroid point, this is the path traced. So volume. Okay. So this you can consider this is the plane. So this is the axis of revolution. So here if it is completing one revolution, it will produces the cylinder. It is a rectangular plane. This is the axis of rotation. If it completed one revolution, it will produces a solid. So here I have taken the total as r and the off is r by 2. R by 2. So we can say that area. So area of the rectangle. So this height. This is also taken into consideration, taken as L. So area is equal to L into R. L into R. So the distance traveled is equal to, so this r by 2 is traveling, one rotation, so it is 2 pi. So this is pi into r. So volume is equal to area into distance traveled. Area is L into r. Here it is pi into r. So pi r square L. So this is the volume for the cylinder. Okay, thank you.